Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana, and together we're going to go on a journey through the tarot cards to uncover your spiritual message and focus for the week. Our very first card here is going to be your theme. Interesting, and we have the Princess of Swords. So I just want to see if this is an energy or if this is an actual person. Okay, and they're telling me energy. The Princess of Swords is a very interesting energy because she's very smart, she's very intelligent, yet she's also very detached. So it seems as though you're being asked to look a little more detached at your situation, to get a little bit of distance between you and it, and to make sure that you're looking at it from the highest place possible. Even though she's detached, even though she has the potential for wisdom, sometimes this Page of Swords can get caught in the little stuff on the surface. So you want to really make sure that you're looking very, very deep and you're really, really considering everything that you can from an intellectual standpoint. Okay. Your energy, though, is reacting a different way. We've got the High Priestess. These energies are very fascinating. They're both connected to the third eye. So this, the brow chakra, I believe it would be 6. I'm not going to count them right now, but I mean the third eye chakra. This is the higher aspect of the third eye chakra, and this would be the thinking mind. But it seems as though there might be a little bit being left to chance right now with this High Priestess. She's a very powerful figure that's grabbing the energy from the universe, grabbing the intuition, grabbing a mystery, trying to solve a mystery. But there's a little bit, again, being left to chance. She's got her eyes closed. She's got her eyes open, and you're being asked to keep your eyes open right now. So if you've been feeling inward, Capricorn, and really, really just into yourself and kind of keeping to yourself, these cards are asking you to come back out into the daylight. We've got all this light here, and really look at what's around you, look at what's going on. Okay. Another sword. Wow, so look at all of this blue. We've got a lot of mental activity happening here. Okay, King of Swords, 7 of Cups, all right. And then the 2 of Wands looking off this way. Okay, so it's clear, it's very clear that you're trying to figure out your next move. You're trying to figure out your next way forward. This King of Swords is coming as a help or an advisor. He's that higher aspect of this princess here. This is kind of like the father figure where she would be the daughter. What this king knows that the daughter doesn't know is that he knows how to take perspectives from all places. He's a lot more, even more logical and rational. Tried to combine those into one word, didn't quite work. He's a lot more rational and logical, and he really sees with a much bigger vision. You can even visually see he's up on something high, and there's the plains behind him, so we understand him being at a high vantage point. She's down on the ground. So look at the difference in their swords. His is pointing upwards, and hers is pointing down. So her perspective is a little bit more limited. He really has a much bigger perspective on what's going on. So what does this mean in practical terms, bigger perspective versus a smaller perspective? That bigger perspective is really challenging you to step back and look at the long-term strategy of every single choice. What are the long-term consequences? So if I make this choice now, where does this go? If this behavior continues, where does it end? If I put up with this from this person, how is our relationship going to look over long term out here? There's a bigger thing going on. You're not just reacting to what's happening. Now we go into the 7 of Cups and then the 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands is we're trying to get that vision forward. And again, we really are talking about, you have this theme of higher perspective running through this reading, Capricorn. This is an earthworks figure. So something which if you were on the ground next to it, you'd be like, okay, that's interesting. But if you had a bird's eye view, or if you were up on a hill like this King of Swords here, you could see the figure. And you could see that this figure is poised to move forward, to go through to the next step. So we're looking at what is the best next step for you. And what's blocking us here is the 7 of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of being lost in your fantasies, lost in delusions, lost in choices that aren't actually viable, that they're not really relevant or useful to you. There is one choice, the seventh choice right here, this Ace of Cups. Yeah, wow, okay, sorry, I'm referencing another card. The Ace of Cups card references or talks about self-love. So I'm going to go with the idea that that didn't jump out of my mind by chance. That didn't jump out of my mouth by chance. What's missing in your deliberations is self-love. What is the best choice for you? Not what's best for everyone else. What's the best choice for you? And how does every choice look for you projected outwards into the future? What's so interesting about time is that you can infer your future from the present. That's how tarot readings really work, or any kind of intuitive reading. It's an energy read in the moment, and that moment gives clues as to what the future is going to look like. So when you have a tiny little seedling coming up, as long as you know what kind of plant it is, you can visualize what kind of flower is going to grow from it, or what kind of tree it's going to become. So that's why it's very important to know exactly where you are now. And this card here does not want to do that. It wants to get lost in possibilities or wishes or dreams or romantic ideas of what things could be happening. But you're being so asked to get out of that, to get back into your mind, to get back into your objective thinking, to stop wishing, to stop hoping and dreaming, stop all of that and look at what's actually there and take an honest, truthful view of what needs to stay with you and what needs to go. I also learned very recently that this card also talks about the power of life and death, and I give that a lot of thought. And to me, this means the double edges of the sword, which means cutting off or keeping. So you can prune to make, a lot of gardening metaphors, you can prune to make a plant stronger, or you can cut the whole thing off to kill it, right? So what you need to be doing is, in some cases, that drastic cutting off of options or ways or people that aren't helping. And in other ways, you might just need to prune your vision a little bit so it's more realistic and more grounded in reality, grounded in what's actually possible. Because there's a bright future here with this Two of Wands. I feel this is a very hopeful and good card. This is a good indicator. But again, we've got to go through all these thought processes that are more connected with rationality than they are connected with dreaming and trusting and hoping. That comes later. But at this stage of the journey, we need a clear vision. Okay, Capricorn, we're going to end it there. Thanks so much for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you feel so compelled. And if you're one of these people that is really looking for forward movement on your journey and you really want to get to a better place even faster, please check out my website, trueguidancetarot.com. I would love to work with you, and there's some great options on there for you, whether you're looking for just an in-the-moment reading or more long-term support. So have a great week, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.